If you're a meat eater and you're desperately trying to get more veggies into your life, then this, my friends, is the recipe for you. It's an easy win. It's a great veggie chili.
This chili is chock-a-block with flavour, texture and excitement. Yet it's simple to make and packed with goodness.
I'm going to use like cooking methods to drag out every last bit of flavour into this dish. No compromises at all. So it starts over here, and I've got tomatoes and peppers. I've got sweet potatoes. I've got onions. There's so much veg in this dish. 4 of your 5 fruit and veg a day in one meal. So look, first up, we're going to take just a little wedge of each veg. And this is going to make the most amazing sort of vibrant salsa later on.
Save your wedges, and with the rest of the veg, I have a great tip to get intense flavours, starting with 3 torn up peppers.
Let's use our griddle pan to char up these veggies. Peppers are amazing. More vitamin C than most veggies. Beautiful, sweet and delicious. And then we have the 2 sweet potatoes. Just cut them into like 4-centimetre chunks. They're sweet, but when you cook these on a grill, you're going to get that really smoky flavour. 2 red onions, also into 4-centimetre chunks. And then look, in here, it's crackling, which gives that smokiness. That's what I want from a good chili.
In a separate pan, add a tablespoon of oil, plus a teaspoon of cumin seeds and smoked paprika. Then go in with the soft charred peppers.
And this is what I love about this recipe. The rhythm is fantastic. As we take one out, we put another one in. And each time there's a batch of veggies done, we'll put it into the stew pot.
Add a kick with the zest of 1 lemon, plus 4 cloves of sliced garlic.
And at this point, we can go in with the sweet potatoes and the onions.
Finally, griddle 4 halved tomatoes. Add to the pot, and we've quickly created a base for this chili, busting with char-grilled flavour.
I'm going to use a tin of cannellini beans, the whole lot. So you can hear you're going from frying to simmering. And then you want to add 1.5 tins of water, a little salt, a little pepper, and then some chili sauce. Just a tablespoon to give it that hum of heat. Lid on top, simmer for 30 minutes. And then what I want to do now is cook the rice. Now, of course, you could use regular white rice, no trouble at all. But I want to use a rice that's a bit different. I want to use a black rice. You can get it in the supermarkets. It is more nutritious than your regular white rice. It's got more fibre. It's absolutely delicious. 250 grams goes in, cover it with water, and just boil that up.
As that ticks away, it's time to create the most delicious, fresh and crunchy relish.
Let's make a beautiful salsa.
Finally, chop those wedges of veg. First, sweet potato.
Can you eat sweet potato raw? Yes. It's got a nuttiness to it, as well as the sweetness, which is fantastic.
Then peppers, tomato.
All of the vegetables represented in the chili is going to be in the salsa.
Onion, and add zing with lemon juice and chopped mint.
What we want a salsa to be is a slap round the face of flavour.
For cool contrast, ripple chili sauce into 4 tablespoons of natural yogurt.
It's like fire and relief all in one.
And finally, heat some tortillas on a hob.
20 seconds is all you need, just enough to warm it up, and there you go. Let's plate it up. This black rice, it's so good. And the flavour is really moorish and sweet. The chili, tear through some of this mint. Just a little bit of green is going to be gorgeous. Go in with a big old spoon of our chili and take a little tortilla, fold it in quarters. Let's hit it up with the salsa, colour, crunch. Then we're going to go in with that refreshing yogurt and chili, and then just pick over some mint leaves. Wow. Come on. Time to eat. It's so tasty. This is a clever one because it's really fun to make. The techniques are amplifying flavour, but there's big chunks of veg in there. 4 of your 5 fruit and veg a day in one dish, but layer upon layer of flavour. Give it a try. Delicious. I've got a curry for you that's going to blow your mind. It's so beautiful, colourful, quick, tasty. It's going to surprise people. This, my friends, is a tomato curry. Yep, you heard right, a tomato curry.
Fear not, lovely people, this dish is packed with fragrant herbs and spices and cooked in a creamy coconut sauce.
So first up, let's just talk about tomatoes for a bit, because when I grew up, it was just like your regular plum tomatoes. And the case is now, we've got choice, look at that. I've got 1.2 kilos, different colours, different shapes, different sizes. Life is exciting. So what I need to do first is blanch the tomatoes so that skin can come off, so that the tomato is able to absorb more flavour. And if you just run your knife around the top like that, you'll remove that core, and then boiling water here for about 45 seconds. If you look in the water, can you see how the skin is just shrinking back? And then get them into a little dish. We'll cool it down pretty much straight away. What you can do is literally just squeeze it, and out it comes, absolutely perfect.
Let's talk curry base. Peel and chop 2 chilies, 4 centimetres of ginger and 4 cloves of garlic.
And of course you can just whack all this in a food processor. But I love doing this old school, all by hand, from scratch, because it's so straightforward and simple. And then I've got one ingredient that is a game changer. These are curry leaves. And you get them in good supermarkets, farmers markets. You get them in areas, of course, where there's a large Indian, Sri Lankan population. Find them.
Whack them in some olive oil and add in a teaspoon of cumin seeds, mustard seeds and fenugreek.
What we're going to now do is create layer upon layer of flavour. I'll cut it into quarters. So just click off the petals. We're not going to put a big hunk of meat in here, right? So we need the veggies to have bigger textures. You know, the vegetables are the hero. So let's treat them as such. And we can add these lovely fragrant flavours. So at this point, we're going to go in with our tomatoes. Look at the way the spices just stick.
Then just a couple of things to finish off. 2 teaspoons of mango chutney for sweetness and a tin of coconut milk.
It will give it a creaminess, it will give you that tropical feeling. So 20 minutes with the lid on, just a gentle simmer to get all those flavours going. I'll have a little clean down. This will be ready and raring to go. So now let's just reduce that down to a consistency that you like, maybe 5 minutes. But that is a very humble, beautiful, beautiful curry. And there's an optional extra that you can do to take it into another sort of stratosphere, and that is using saffron.
These little stamens from the crocus flower will give the curry the most delicious floral honey-like flavour.
It's an amazing thing, and that tiny little bit of effort actually really does make all the difference. So look, we're all done, ready to serve up. I'm then going to take this beautiful curry. Plenty of juice, guys. Look at that. A few toasted flaked almonds. And that, my friends, is the incredible tomato curry. Let's do it. Plenty of colour. Let's get amongst it. Wow. Every time you think you've tasted it all, it keeps on giving flavour and flavour and flavour. You have to have a go at this, because what you can get from a handful of humble vegetables is phenomenal. I want to give you my favourite stuffed vegetable recipe.
Roasted aubergines loaded with amazing fragrant Indian spices. This is next level delicious.
So the genius of this dish all starts here with a homemade aromatic curry paste. Got 1 onion, just peeled and quartered. 4 centimetres of beautiful, fragrant, zesty ginger. 4 garlic cloves. I've got 2 chilies, which I want to just take the ends off and remove the seeds, just to get rid of the excess heat. I'm just going to cut the stalks off of the coriander, the whole lot.
Whiz the lot up in a blender. This dish is a one-tray wonder. Get it on a low heat with 2 tablespoons of ground nut oil.
Now I'm going to add the spices. Very, very exciting. The combination here is guaranteed to give you success.
Lightly fry a teaspoon each of cumin, fenugreek, turmeric, mustard seeds and garam masala with a handful of fresh curry leaves.
This will bring new life to your curries. Please look out for this. You'll see the mustard seeds popping like popcorn. And this is all about the development of flavour. It's exciting cooking. No more boring veg. No way.
Tip in your aromatic curry paste for another 5 minutes.
We need a few more flavour enhancers. First up, Mr. Mango Chutney. All those flavours, the sweetness of fruit. You want a nice tablespoon. Then we're going to be using tamarind. It's sweet and sour and tangy, and a couple of tablespoons just gives the most amazing flavour that makes your mouth water. And then last but not least, peanut butter. 2 tablespoons goes in. Just want to season it, and then I'll turn this heat off now, and we want to get stuffing. So let's get these aubergines. I've got 2 types. So first up, let's go for the type that you're bound to find in a regular supermarket. And if you go down the markets, you're going to find little aubergines like this, perfect for stuffing. I'm just going to go not quite to the end. I want to go into quarters, just like that. Perfect. And then when it comes to these fellas, I've got a little ingenious way for flavouring and stuffing. Just get like a couple of spoons, put it beside your aubergine, and just slice down, and the knife won't go all the way through. It's not just to look good, which it will, but of course when you open it up, it's like a little concertina. Come on, you know you like that. Grab some of your paste and just ram it in there and cover the whole thing. I'm just going to rub the paste, get all those flavours in there.
Fry each side for a couple of minutes, pour in a tin of coconut milk, and squash in 250 grams of ripe cherry tomatoes.
The juices will add to the sauce. All I'm going to do now is cover it, create a little bit of humidity. That's going to allow the aubergines to go from being spongy to really creamy and substantial. So this is going to go in the oven for 40 minutes at 190 degrees Celsius, which is 375 Fahrenheit, and about halfway through, the tin foil comes off, and then we get roasting. The smells are incredible, and look at that. Come on, guys. That is not your everyday curry. Now I've cooked some lovely basmati rice, and then over to these incredible aubergines. Let's nick a little bit of the regular aubergine, coriander over the top, and there you go. Right. Enough chatting. Putting it together with those classic things, poppadoms, some rice, a little simple green salad, just with lemon juice over the top, a nice cold beer. Happy days. Bit of the old poppadom action. Let's get in there. That is so blooming delicious. The aubergine, the way it's been cooked and stuffed, creamy, soft, phenomenal. The layers of flavour are all there. Beautiful. Get amongst it, get those spices going, and get stuffing your veggies. Good times.